So moving on to the inside again, this is the first time I have actually been in here in a long time, and I don't know what we're gonna find. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and go inside. You can tell the step is out, so obviously we could find wildlife in here. Not really. Oh yes, that's a little bizarre. So yes, we do have wildlife in here right out of the rip, and that's super. Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Senate Steve, and today is a video that I'm just gonna go ahead and release. I'm gonna say that this is a project that I 100% may or may not do. So I guess I should say 50% may or may not do. So I do, and I am starting to look for a kind of camper that I could tow behind the XJ. However, when I made that video, a bunch of you guys said, hey Steve, why don't you actually buy or build an RV? What do you want, Raina? Come here. Why are you all loud and boisterous? So everybody said, why don't you guys just buy an RV or build an RV? That way you can haul the XJ. That way the XJ isn't your main way home. However, I kind of think it would be a cool option to go ahead and drive the XJ to where we want to off-road it all day. If something does break, make sure we can fix it on the trail, and then tow a camper home. I thought that would be absolutely cool, but everybody's saying no. You need something to tow the XJ there and do it the way that it is. And then you guys also said your parents' RV, which I don't know if you guys know or not, but everybody's been saying about the parents' RV that's been up here. So today we're gonna do a walkthrough on it, and I'm just gonna give you a rundown. Again, I'm going to leave this 100% up to you guys. I don't care which way I do. I'd prefer to buy a camper, tow it behind my RV, and just sort of go from there. But if you guys think this would be an absolute cool project to rebuild, I don't know what condition it's in. You can tell, obviously, I haven't been up here in months. I haven't been in the thing in 3 or 4 years, other than when I moved it up here. You can see by the inspection sticker, it has not been inspected since 2006, which means 2005 is the last time it's actually probably ever been on the road. So let's just start a quick little rundown. I'll start with the outside, and then we'll go ahead and work our way on the inside. All right, guys and girls, so I'm in there editing real quick, and I just wanted to say to you guys that this was my parents' camper, or is my parents' camper. It's actually been sitting here. They moved about 8 years ago. I kind of just tossing this in the center. They moved about 8 years ago down to Florida, so it's just kind of been sitting up here. It was never really roadworthy for them to drive the whole way down there. I know they wanted to, so I'm just sort of up in the air of what I'm gonna do. We're gonna roll the footage, and you guys gotta let me know. So again, if you guys get this video to 8,000 likes, I will go ahead and just rebuild it. If it does not hit 8,000 likes, we will scratch the idea and move on. Or if you guys have a bunch of negative comments in there, don't rebuild it, it's junk, yada yada yada, we'll just kind of squash the project. But I'm definitely leaving this up to you guys. 8,000 likes, we'll rebuild it, and positive comments, we'll rebuild it. If not, we're just gonna go ahead and scratch the idea, and this was just a video for me to talk. So I'm gonna keep rolling the footage, and I'll see you guys at the end. Some of the surface things that I know about, I don't really know much about this. Again, I moved it here. I basically wired up a little fuel pump to get it to run up here, so I do know it will run and drive. First things first, we do know it's gonna need a set of tires. As you can tell, it's been sitting here since 2005, 2006. So, you know, 15, 16 years this thing's been sitting here. So tires would be a #1 thing that we would need for it. Now, #2, I'm not sure how well you guys can see it here in the camera, but the body line here is starting to kind of like mushroom out. Now, I don't know if that's just because of the moisture and everything that's been on the inside. I will go on the inside. I have not been in this thing in probably 3 years, as far as past the cab. I've never looked back here. I don't know what we're gonna find. I don't even know what's in it or what condition this thing really is in, but this is the video that we're gonna find out together. So moving back here to the side, it looks like there is a bunch of like siding. I don't know why siding would be in there, but a bunch of like wiring and a bunch of damage. You can tell the wall is actually pushed out about 2 inches, so this whole entire wall would have to be torn down and rebuilt if we are planning on doing it. There does look like there's a bit of damage on the back quarter back here. Not a big deal. I do remember when my dad did that when he bought it. It was probably the first year of ownership. We started to go up an embankment and kind of ripped the back end off, so we fixed that alongside the road and got it back together. But let's go ahead and move on to the inside. You can tell the windows have been open, so that's probably the whole moisture reason. Mileage on this thing is actually fairly low at 27,000, so it doesn't have a whole bunch of miles on the drivetrain. You can tell the fuel pump situation that I told you guys that I did to get it running up here. I've never actually been into the back of it, so let's just move over here to the other side and just kind of go from there. You guys are seeing this 100% as I'm seeing it, guys. Oh, this window's been down too. So you guys, I haven't been in it. All right, moving over here to the passenger side of the vehicle. Obviously, we'd need a new awning and everything. That doesn't look like it's in pretty good. It looks like it's in terrible shape. It's kind of bowed. The bracketry and everything might be good. Who knows? Maybe we might need a new spring. I don't know if you guys know much about campers. I know I don't know a whole bunch, but I'm willing to learn. This door, it looks like the window's actually busted out of it. The step is actually hanging. Everything else looks just like it needs cleaned up. Again, the damage in the back was from my dad when he was, when this thing was only about a year old, if that. We ended up going up a steep pitch to do a U-turn, and it ripped the whole back end off like 6 inches. So moving on to the inside, again, this is the first time I have actually been in here in a long time, and I don't know what we're gonna find. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and go inside. You can tell the step is out, so obviously we could find wildlife in here. Not really. Oh yes, that's a little bizarre. So yes, we do have wildlife in here right out of the rip, and that's super sketchy. So I hope I don't find any more kittens. Maybe I should run it. All right, so walking in, we'll actually start from the back here again. I do know one of the reasons why they didn't go ahead, or why they parked it, was because of soft spots. I think there was a soft spot here also. So I do know that it did get parked because the floor was soft and they were planning on redoing it. Also, the power inverter actually went out, and I think at the time it was like going into winter time, or we were getting back from a trip in the winter, and they just didn't go ahead and rebuild it from that. So we'll move into the back here. Again, I'm assuming this board is probably for the soft spots. Yeah, you can really tell the floor is soft right there. I don't know how to do this, guys. Again, I've rebuilt one camper, and I basically did a roof and a slide. That was it. So I'm not even sure if you guys can actually see me in here, but I rebuilt a roof and a slide. I do have somewhat knowledge on how to do it, but I don't know 100%. Tony Etnoir from Etnoir's RV is probably going to help me out with this if we can, if you guys think we should rebuild it or not. You can tell here, the wall is actually going to have to be replaced. A bunch of water looks like it has gotten in here and just sort of beat this thing down. Everything else seems to be okay. I'm assuming this is like scratches from the cat that definitely ran out of here, but light fixture would need fixed. I would actually probably completely gut this thing from the front to the back, rip the roof off, rip the side off, rebuild it completely fresh. Or the other thing I was thinking is from here back, make this a toy hauler so that the XJ can park on the back, and then up front we could do our living. So as you can tell, it's actually in kind of better but worse shape than I thought it was going to be. Again, this wall does appear as if it's going to have to be replaced. Again, it definitely probably needed a roof. It's been sitting here 15 years. I have no idea what all it would need. Shower, it actually looks in good shape, but you can kind of see the sun shining through on the inside there, as you can tell. There's a big old bee right there. It's kind of disturbing. But yeah, so far, it's actually better, but yet worse than I thought it was going to be. Minus the floor. Oh, there's a big soft spot there. Wow. All right, stepping past that microwave, we'd have to tear all this out, get to appliances. I do know the generator does not work in this thing. We did need to use a generator for something back in the day, and we fired it up. It ran for about 4.5 hours, and then I guess it was low on oil, so it locked up. So we would need a generator, we would need a power inverter, and just complete going over. So moving up here, to the front, you can tell table's gone. All this stuff is gone. The roof is actually bowing. I'm sure you guys can see it here in the camera, I'm hoping. But the roof is absolutely terrible. It could just be because we do have 2 feet of snow. Yeah, you can't even see out there. It's still full of snow up top there. So it could just be because the snow's sitting on it, or it could need, could be bowing because of, you know, the structure getting ready to give loose. Who knows? Obviously, we junk everything up front there. And just sort of move on. So obviously these frames and everything are falling apart. Oh, they're actually more sturdy than I thought, but definitely terrible. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It actually doesn't have a smell. I thought it was gonna actually smell absolutely disgusting and repulsive, but it doesn't really have a smell to it. Furniture still kind of looks good, but if we do it, we're gonna go ahead and just gut it and completely gut everything out of it. But yeah, so that is the tour on the 15-year-old camper that, or well, it's been sitting for 15 or 16 years, but that's the tour of it. And I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I just got to get a hold of Tony, talk to him a little bit, and see what he thinks on it. So with all of that being said, I feel absolutely disgusting being in that thing. I think it's time for me to run in, get a shower, and then I will go ahead and upload this video. So again, drop your comments down below of what we should do. Should I do it? Should I not do it? I do know it needs a fuel pump. Again, quick rundown of what it needs. I do know it needs a fuel pump. I do know it needs a power inverter. Generator is bad, so I know it needs a generator. Obviously the roof, the walls, we've got a lot to do here if we do decide to do this. But again, it's up to you guys. Let me know. And again, if this project doesn't actually happen, please don't be upset with me, guys. This is just sort of me checking in and you know, kind of giving back to you guys. You guys said that it would be a cool thing to build. I don't really know if it's going to happen. I got to talk to Tony yet and see if we can do it, and if it would be budget friendly, because all in all, with purchase and everything, I'd like to have less than $5,000 into this being the ultimate hauler. So there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Please smash that like button, please subscribe, and I kind of want to do this, so hopefully we can get this thing knocked out and done. Take care, guys. We'll see you in the next one.